Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the second to the fifth elementary grade. Our textbook is Weekend 2, and today, inshallah, we're going to cover Unit 4 from here to their evaluation, where we are going to review the whole unit. So it will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al Agil. So let's begin. The first lesson we had in this unit was called the talk time on pages 26 and 27. So our objectives were with that lesson is first to give directions and also to pronounce S and T sound correctly and also to read the map using cardinal directions. So the first thing we did listen to with this unit, which is we listened to a conversation about a boy asking about a place. So as you can see here, this boy is asking another boy about a place. He said, "Excuse me, where is the train station? Where is the train station?" He is asking about a direction of a place. And the other boy answered him. He says, "Walk straight and turn left. Walk straight, and turn left." So these were the first two directions we learned from this lesson. We learned two of these directions, to walk straight and to turn left. And these directions were the directions we used with the rest of the lesson. And after this, we also listened to a second conversation between these two boys, where the first one asked about, "How do you go to school?" The other one says, "I walk. How about you?" He said, "I go by bus." And we said here that if you want to talk about how you move from one place to another, here you have two possible options that you can use. For example, you can say, "I walk." I walk. Or if you want to say that you use car, a certain car, whether if it's small or whether if it's school bus, then you have to say, "I go by," for example, by school bus, or by my father's car, or by my mother's car. So this is how we use or how we talk about when we move from one place to another, which is either we said "I walk" or "I go by," and then I say the car that I use for moving. And after this, we said that try to practice and act out these talks in pairs. So maybe with your family member or your classmates, trying to gather together and ask them this question: "How do you go to school?" Or, "Where is the train station?" And then they can use the directions we learned and also the words we learned about a place or moving from one place to another. Also, in the third exercise we did listen, point, and say. So here we have three different words that starts with the letters S and T. So we listened how we pronounce each one of them, and even we did continue and write these sentences with these sentence with the missing letters. So let's do a quick reminder and listen again to these words, and then after this, we're going to complete this exercise with the missing letters. So, the words are, and say with me, station, station, step, step, stop, stop, station, step, stop. So, here we have three different words that we can use when we give directions. So for example, let's have a look at this sentence. walk straight, walk straight, 2 steps, 2 steps. So here we continue this plank with the letter S and T. Walk straight, 2 steps, and stop, and stop. So why is it important we learn this word? Because we're going to use it when we give directions. And stop, and stop. So here you go. This is how we answered this exercise. And also we said that we can play a game just to help us know how to give directions, it is called Which Way Are You Looking game. And all you have to do is that when you close your eye, you're going to listen to a direction, maybe from a friend, maybe from a classmate. And after this, you're going to walk according to the directions you hear. For example, if you close your eye, your other partner would say, turn left, or walk straight, 3 steps, or turn right. So by this, you will able to have fun playing this game, and also you will memorize and get used to listening to directions. And after this, the second lesson we had, which is rhythms and sounds, on pages 28 and 29. And our objectives in that lesson were to tell the international road signs meanings, and also to pronounce letter sounds correctly, and chant the when you see a red light chant. So the first thing we did with this lesson is that we did listen to a chant, a very interesting chant, because this chant is not only about new words, but also it's about learning the traffic road signs, or about traffic light, and what do each of these lights mean. So let's remind ourselves with this chant and listen to it one more time so we can know what each letter or each light of this traffic light represent. Chant and do the actions. When you see a red light, red light, red light. When you see a red light, stop, stop, stop. So this is the first part of our chant, and it says that if we see this light, then what is the action that we should do is to stop. This is what the traffic light is all about, and this is also what we learn with this chant. Let us move on to the second part. When you see a yellow light, yellow light, yellow light. When you see a yellow light, wait, wait, wait. So here as well, we have the other direction or the other sign, which is if we see this light, the action we need to do is to wait. And the third one, when you see a green light, green light, green light. When you see a green light, go, go, go. And when we see this light, the action that we should do is to go. So this was a chant about the traffic light. And after this, we also had another exercise about sounds and letters. And what we did with this exercise is that we listen, say, and number them, and we did write the missing letters. So as you can see here, we said that sometimes we do have these two set of words pronounced as sh. So, and sometimes pronounced differently. So I'm going to say it now, and I would like you to listen to me and to say it after me as well. So here, S and H says sh, sh, sheb, sheb. C and H says ch, ch, cheb, cheb. S and L says is, slip, slip. So here are the words that starts with different letters that makes new sounds. So S and H says shib, chib, and slip. Also, we have other words that starts with the same sounds, like here, for example, sheep. Like here, for example, sheep. And also cheese. And also sleep. So we said that we also have two or other words that starts with the same sound. So we have ship and sheep, chip and cheese, slip and sleep. And after this, we said that we do have another game which is called the traffic signal game, where what you have to do is to listen to the chant and you need to continue the action. For example, the chant will start with, when you see a red light, red light. Then it is your turn to say what the action we should do with this light. So the action is to stop, stop, stop. And you can do this with the other colors of the traffic light. And after this, we had a lesson, words in action, on pages 30 and 31. So our objectives with this lesson is to respond to a sentence prompt using a or an, and also to use imperatives correctly to give instructions, and to talk about the different modes of transportation. So here, for example, we did have a look at different modes of transportation, like, for example, a truck, and a bus, and a train, a motorbike, a car, a bicycle, a taxi, a police car, an ambulance, Very well. So what we learned is that sometimes we use a with different modes of transportation. Sometimes we use an, like an ambulance or an airplane. So the other exercise is to take a trip, where we listen and to point with our fingers to the different modes of transportation that will start from step number 1 to our trip to the last step. So the first step was to take a bicycle to the taxi stand. And the second one is to take a taxi to the hospital. And the third one, or the third step, is to walk to the school. After this, you need to take a school bus to the train station and to take a train to the airport and to take an airplane to the space station. And after this, when you go to space station, what you'll do to take a rocket to the moon. So this will leave us with one question. Where are you now? You are on the moon. And the trip you took to reach the moon is that you use a car, used a taxi, used a train, and used a school bus, and also used an airplane, and finally you used a rocket. That was about our interesting trip from that lesson. And the last thing we did with this unit is phonics on pages 32 and 33. And our objectives were to differentiate between the sounds of the letters, to spell the words correctly, and guess the meanings of the words. So as what we did is that here we had different sounds or different letters that starts with each of these words. And what we did is that we listened to each of these words, and then we match the letters that each word of them starts with to the appropriate picture. So let's try to do it now, to listen to each word and to match it with the appropriate picture. So the first word we have here is black, black. So black starts with BL. So now it is time to match BL with the color black. This is what black means. Number 2, glass, glass. So glass starts with GL, and here we need to match glass with its picture, a glass. Number 3, flag, flag. So flag starts with F and L, and here to need to match the flag to its picture. Number 4, plant, plant. So plant starts with PL, and here we need to match to its picture. Number 5, clock, clock. Clock starts with C and L, and here we need to match it to the picture. And number 6, glue, glue. Glue also starts with G and L, and here we go. We need to match it to the picture. And number 7, fly, fly. So fly starts with F and L, and here we need to match it. And finally, plate, plate. Plate starts with P and L, and here we go. We need to match it to this picture. Here you go. This is how we answered this exercise, where we listened to different words and we decided which of these words starts with. And after this, we had an interesting picture puzzle where we see here different pictures that are not in the same order, and what we have to do is to try to guess what the picture is and to write down the word. As you can see here on picture number 1, these are pictures of a bed. So here we went on number 1 and we write the word bed, B-E-D. Let's try to do number 2. So what is the word that has 2 more letters to write and starts with B? And we can find it here. It is this word that represents a bus, a bus. And number 3. Number 3, here we have a word that starts with P and has 4 more letters left. So have a look. Which of these pictures have a word that starts with P? It is, of course, number 3, which is a plant. A plant. This will lead us to number 4, which is a word that starts with the letter C and has 2 more letters. From looking at this picture, it is a car. A car. And this finally will lead us to the picture number 5, which is, by looking at these tires, it is a bicycle. So this is how we answer this interesting exercise about a picture puzzle. So now, our dear student, we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.